All right. Well, hello, everyone. We're happy that you're all here, willing to hear us talk about Project Polaris and our advanced program. As you already saw in the video, we're going to present a little bit about what it is going to be for us in the advanced program and the admission process to follow. And hopefully we can answer all of your questions, and you are more than welcome to accompany us on our journey to Titan. First off, I'm going to introduce the admins that are presenting today. Here we have myself, Ana Paula Alvarado. Then we have Lorenza. The one that was talking, maybe she can introduce herself.
I'm from Estaca. Okay. Hi, everyone. My name is Lorenza. I'm a French admin from Estaca, and I'm a fifth-year engineering student in space engineering.
Then we have Chloe.
Hello, everyone. I'm also a fifth-year student at Estaca, and I'm very glad to see you all today, and I hope that we will be able to answer all your questions.
And Fabiola.
Hi everyone, I'm Fabiola Jimenez. I'm an electronics student at the Costa Rica Institute of Technology, and I hope you enjoyed this presentation.
And me as a tech student as well. So now we can go. Lorenza, can you change the slide, please? Thanks. Okay, so now to talk a little bit more about Project Polaris. It was established in 2019 by AREX, and it is an international nonprofit aerospace collaboration which strives to contribute to the globalization of space by offering its members exceptional experiences centered around the 5 key pillars: social relevance, networking, cultural, technical knowledge, and the project logistics. When we talk about the social relevance, we want to have a positive impact on the everyday necessities of the communities we visit. About the networking, we connect our members to academic and industry contact all around the world. When we talk about the cultural experience, we create a safe and guided environment for our members to increase their cross-cultural agility. Technical knowledge, the project's mentorships and activities allow members to grow their technical competencies and work a little bit more on their own technical knowledges. And about the project logistics, members learn how to plan and organize and lead the activities required for the project success. And next. So Polaris technical objectives is to develop a rover prototype for the exploration of Saturn's moon Titan, the Costa Rican Institute of Technology. This will happen over the course of 2 summers, starting 2021 this year and the next year, 2022. The Star Rover proposes a very innovative method of locomotion which instead of wheels uses hydrogen gas for creating both an upward force through a balloon and attitude control through thrusters. The Star Rover is being designed to gain insight of Titan's aeolian process, Flavian features, and atmospheric properties. The rover will be equipped to study Titan's wind regimes as a function of location and sand dune topography. Similarly, it will be capable of measuring the morphology of the fluvial networks located on the moon, as well as the composition of the organics and sediments located within riverbeds. And finally, the rover will seek to abundance of methane within the air and monitor rain patterns visually. And also, being a part of Project Polaris is more than just engineer. It's a whole new experience to discover the country here in Costa Rica, where we have had different activities to have a little bit more of bonding between our teammates. We can work on the Star Rover in the labs at Tech. We do community service, as you saw in the video, like cleaning the beaches and interning in local companies. Additionally, we plan on presenting the project the 73rd International Astronautical Congress in Paris in 2022, as well as enjoying Paris, of course. Costa Rica is den of peace, nature, and science. The country abolishes its army in 1948 and has focused on developing sustainability, green strategies that protect one of the most biodiverse places in the world, home of an astronaut, nuclear fusion and satellite, hydrogen fuel vehicles, and space radar. Costa Rica is becoming an international partner for technology, ecology, and innovation, and we are currently proudly celebrating our independence month, and we're happy to have also our French friends here celebrating with us.
Well, as part of the program, we helped 15 students find internships in Costa Rica. Both Costa Ricans and French got work opportunities at the Costa Rica Institute of Technology, the Juan Santa Maria National Airport, AREX, and other companies from the aerospace cluster. Can you put the next slide, please? Thank you. Polaris offered some technical guidance to members through mentors and professionals, which are invited to external panel presentations. We have had interactions with people from NASA, ESA, SpaceX, Trust Me, the Swedish Space Corporation at Astra Rocket Company, Rivian, Purdue University, the Costa Rica Institute of Technology, and many others. In this slide, you can see some of our mentors, like Jean-Pierre Lebreton from ESA, Juan Jose Rodriguez from Tech, Harold Cordero from Tech 2, and Alfredo Valverde from NASA. Next slide, please. Thank you. Polaris proudly partners up with a variety of companies, associations, labs, and organizations. From sponsorship to software to interculturally workshops to host families. Our partners help offering our members unforgettable experiences. Some of our partners are at Astra, as I mentioned before, Dassault System, Bali Space, is Squared, that is like the company who are helping us with the intercultural workshops. Next slide, please. Sorry for the background noise. Give me a sec. Sorry. Okay, the advanced program is Polaris' second big part after the basic program, and it will focus on the assembling and testing final version of the Star Rover prototype, beginning in next October, and extending through September of the following year. The program is packed with science, interculturally, networking, community service, internships, and hands-on experiences. An admission process started, as you know, and the program has 5 main stages: the definition, theory, action, presentation, and evaluation. The definition includes the part of the admissions, the organizations, and the inductions. The theory part includes that all teams designed the rover part and plan activities. And the action is the theory stage when it's executed. Then the presentation is when we are going to present at the International Aeronautical Congress. And finally, the evaluation is when the program results are studied.
Thank you, Fabiola, for your presentation. For our program, we are divided into different structures between the technical team and the support team, but they were basically the same. First, we have the admin team with the head of electronic. Then under them, the technical team. Each team will have one director and one programming coordinator. The role of the director would be to lead his team to complete all the tasks on time. And the work on the programming coordinator would be to combine and to synchronize all the computation, simulation, and code in his team with the other team. On the support team, we do not need a programming coordinator, so we only have a director. Of course, you will be able to find your team, the team that you really want to be part of, because we have 21 sub-teams, so I'm sure that you will be able to find the team you really want to work with.
All right, and now for the different roles that you want and you can have. There are 55 different roles you can take in Polaris, and many of them are a combination of different skills, ranging from leadership to technical and support skills. First, you got the electronics team with communication, instrumentation, power generation, control. Then you have structures with balloon and rover structure. You have systems engineering with connectivity, mission profile, logistics, and risk management. You have chemistry and heat transfer with chemistry and heat transfer. You got propulsion with the feed system, the thrusters, and the impulse control. You've got the content sub-team, the content team with the communication and content. You've got financial with founding and accounting and budgeting. And finally, you have hosting and travel with hosting and travel. You have a short description of each of these roles on our website that you will be able to find on clicking on the PowerPoint that we will give you at the end of this presentation. Then how to apply. Regular admission for the advanced program will open, has opened on the 23rd of August and will end on the 15th of September. You can apply up to 3 different roles, but be aware that you cannot be on 2 technical roles. You cannot be a leader, so a director or head of 2 teams, and admins and directors cannot be on a secondary team. Depending on the different role you want to apply to, you will need to provide different additional application to your general application. You must be between 18 and 30 years old by the time you apply. So the general application, you have a required CV, a required academic transcript, a required proof of English proficiency, a required 1 special essay, which I'm going to talk a bit more on this later. And you have optional, a general recommendation letter, and a guest organization proof. So our guest organization for now are ESO from Estaca, Gear from Purdue, and TechSpace from Tech. But we're seeking for more general organizations. So if you want to have your organization be part of Polaris, you can maybe send us a message and we'll see that we're still open to admissions. For leadership application, you have a required leadership essay and an optional leadership recommendation letter. For technical application, you have a required technical essay, an optional technical recommendation letter, and optional technical portfolio. For the support application, you have a required support essay and an optional support recommendation letter and an optional support portfolio. It is required only for the content team. So for the essays, all essays have a maximum extension of about 500 words. Your English writing skill will be evaluated based on your essays, and we recommend you to visit the sites on the PowerPoint in case you want some essays writing tips. So the 1 special essay is basically an essay where you tell us, for you, what does the globalization of space mean, and why is it important or not, and in practice, what would it look like to contribute to this cause. The leadership essay is for you, what are the characteristics of both a committed and uncommitted person? And the technical/support essay is to explain how you would fit into the role you are aspiring to, including any relevant previous project experience or jobs where you develop skills related to that role. In order to apply to Project Polaris, you must first gather the required information in the essay previously explained. So keep in mind that the requirements change depending on the roles you want to apply to. So first, you complete your application and submit it in one attempt before the 15th of September. Then you might be assigned an interview based on your time and availability. And then you show up to the interview and you're ready to ask any question to us, and we'll be ready to ask you any questions to get to know you a bit better. You can apply on clicking to the button on the PowerPoint that we will share at the end of the presentation. And if you want to apply to an admin role, please read this link that we provided on the PowerPoint.
Of course, our project is always open for support. So if you know more people, feel free to share it. And if you also know more people that would be able to help us with our crowdfunding campaign, please feel free to share it. That will really help us as we want to travel to Costa Rica and to France. This is the end of our presentation. Thank you very much for listening. If you have any question, feel free to ask us. We will stay here until we have answered to all of them. You can either raise your hand, so we will give you the permission to talk, or write down in the conversation.
All right, Lorimar Hernandez, sorry if I pronounce all of your names wrong. Lorimar, I don't know if you know, but your mic is not open. Okay, then ask your question in the chat, no worries. Okay, maybe we can take the question of Montserrat, waiting for Lorimar to write her question in the chat. Thank you. Yeah, you raise your hand.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yes.
So should we wait for Lorimar to answer, or should I ask now my question?
Well, you can ask it now. We'll answer to your question right after.
Sure. So my question is, like, I speak English, but I've never taken any tests. And also, my university, in the beginning of the year, they made me take a test, so I see if I have to do my English courses or not. And I don't have to do any, but like I want to know what kind of certificate I can give, because it's kind of short notice, and I'm not sure if I can take any test now. That's it.
Hello, so we do not plan to ask you to do pay a test like TOEIC. So what we ask you is for you to go and see your English teacher or someone who has an English knowledge that will be able to certify that you are able to follow the project and you will be able to talk with the user and to understand the user.
So like, for example, if like, because many teachers in my career like know me, I studied astronomy. So one of them worked because I do not have English class.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, thank you so much.
All right, thank you for your question. Now, who needs to write the recommendation letter? Well, it has to be the person who applies. So if you're applying Lorimar, you have to write the recommendation. No, wait, I thought about the essays. The recommendation letter. The recommendation letter has to be written by one of your teacher, probably, or someone who works in the field of engineering. So maybe if you're working and you have someone above you, he can write the recommendation letter. And for Daniela's question, I don't think the Duolingo English test would work as well, but you can ask any teacher to write your work, a letter for the proof of the English proficiency. Does anyone else has any question? Whether in the chat or, okay.
Hello. Hello, so yeah, we will send you the presentation as soon as we finish this webinar, and you will be able to find all of those with the link, and you will also be able to find all the information on the RX website with the presentation of each subtool.
Yeah, also we recorded this meeting. We recorded this meeting and you will have access to it as soon as the meeting ends.
Okay, I don't know if you are talking right now. You were muted.
Yes, sorry. My computer is kind of lagging. So, Liam, to answer your question, can you tell me when you will be turning 18, please? The requirement mainly for us because for example, we will not be able to provide any internship or any support if you're not 18, which is a majority in Costa Rica and in France. This is also because depending of the situation, but if you follow the right course of everyone and you did not jump any course level, you may not have the requirement to follow the project. But of course, we can still look at what you're planning to apply. The guest organization, to answer to Mariana, are the organization that helped the projects in the beginning, which are Purdue University in the US, Estaca from France, and TEC, or the Tecnológico Institute of Costa Rica. Those organizations helped the project, so we gave them a little bit of compliance when the student apply, but of course we still record all the technical knowledge. If you want your school to be part of the project and to help us, we can contact you, or you can contact us and present your association. That could be either a complete school or a student art association. The reason why we give a little bit more freedom and a little advantage to those guest organization members is because the skills organization will help us to get an internship in Costa Rica, and on the other side to go on the IIC. For Purdue, the organization provides us mentor and technical support.
Okay, so to answer Sophia's question, can you show us the essay requirement again, please? We're gonna give you the PowerPoints in the chat as soon as this meeting ends, so you will have access to all the information right after. Don't worry about it. Lorimar, another question about the English certification. What should the letter testify the knowledge? Well, it should be a letter from your professor saying that he worked with you, and in English he knows that you have a level of information, a level of competency necessary to convey information with other people in English, and that you are able to follow a program that is based in English. Or, of course, if you have a test like TOEIC or something like this, it's even better, but you don't have to pass a TOEIC test or a TOEFL test just to be part of Project Polaris. Then we have a question from Adrian. What is guest organization proof required for the general application? First of all, it's not required, but it's optional. If you are part of the organization, which I guess would be ESO in your case, you can send us the letter that you're going to write saying that you're part of ESO, or you could have a letter from the board of ESO saying that you're part of the organization, but I guess it would be easier to just give the paper saying that you signed in for ESO or Purdue, or GEAR or TechSpace. So we answered to that question. Sebastian, can you tell me what is FCE? I don't know about it. You tell me I took the FCE 4 years ago. Can I upload it in the application?
Okay, so to answer the question from Jane or Jeanne, I'm sorry, I don't know from which country. Well, we talk about experience, could be either a pedagogic project in your school, could be internship, could be work in an association, work by yourself, in your house, in your garden, I don't know. What we want is for you to be able to show us that you're interested and that you have a little bit of knowledge on the subject you're applying with. You can show that on your resume, on your CV, or you will also be able to explain all of that during the interview.
We have a question from Almendra about the level required for English being B2, C1 or something like this. Well, it's not set in stone. You need to be able to have fluent conversations in technical background. I mean, if you're in the technical team, you need to have technical language. So we don't really have a required like B2 or C1. But if you have a proof that you have a B2 or C1 level, that would be great. You can put that in your application. For Sebastian, first certificate in English, I don't know the level of that. What exactly does that mean? But if you think that it's enough to be part of Project Polaris, you can always put it in your application. It would be great. B1. Oh, it's B1? Okay.
There's a hands up. If Montserrat has something to say, just go ahead.
Okay, so I have one question more, because I live in Chile and here the classes start in March. So I am currently doing my second semester of university, so I couldn't exactly provide I forgot how to say it, the transcript. I can't provide it for 2 semesters. I only have one. Do I have to give my high school one or something?
No, I think you don't have to. You can just put the semester that you have.
Okay, thank you.
For Daniela, sorry. Would I have to do the essay explaining why I take a gap year semester, or should I send my grades too? You have to do the essay explaining why you took a gap year, even though, I mean, taking a gap year isn't a bad thing. It's not going to give you -point for being part of Project Polaris. Don't worry about it. And yes, Lorimer, you will have access to the recorded version of this webinar. As soon as this ends, it will send it automatically to the chat.
Concerning the transcript, Mansara, of course, if you give the transcript for the high school, we will also study it. So it's better to have a little bit more document than less. So feel free to give it to us too.
Okay. So I have to send my past semester and some of high school. That's it.
Yes, that's it. Be careful to translate it so we can understand it, depending of in which language it will be provided.
Okay, so also should I because our scale of grades is different. It goes from 1 to 7. 7 is the max. Should I specify that?
It's okay, just be careful that we have the scale so we can understand it. And you don't have to translate in any other scales. Just write down that the scale is from 1 to 7, which one is the best and which one is the worst.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you so much.
Also, real quick, if you have any document that is in another language than English, you can translate it by yourself. If it's like a letter from a professor, a recommendation letter, or something like this, or a transcript for your grades or anything, feel free to translate it to English. Otherwise, we cannot review it because we don't all speak like French or Spanish or any other language.
Just be careful that we will randomly select a document and ask someone talking this language to translate it. So please don't try the devil and do not try to wrongly transcript and traduce.
So, okay, I will take that in mind. But I have another question since nobody really seems to be asking much. So about the technical teams, can you give me a more detailed roles, I guess? Because okay, I understand the areas, but I'm a first year student, so I don't really have much experience in anything, but I am completely sure I want to participate in something at least. So I would like to know more about the specific roles that you have, because I want to find something that I can really help you with. And yeah, that's it.
If you want to, you have a short description of every sub-team on the RX website. I'm going to give the link to you in the chat. There's everything explained, basically what all of this is, all of the roles that you can participate in. Is that good enough for you?
Yeah, concerning that it is, but I would like to know, if I want to participate, let's say programming, I am kind of good, I would say, but I don't know if my experience is enough. That's what I kind of want to know.
Well, I guess it will be our job to to know if your experience is enough or not, reviewing your CV and your recommendation letters and your academic transcripts. I think we will be the one to judge if your experience is enough or not in programming. So make sure to put in everything that you've done, every project you've participated in, so we can judge efficiently.
Okay, that's really good. And also, okay, I don't want to be annoying, but I want to know, can I apply for more than one thing? Because okay, maybe I don't get into.
Yeah, of course. You can apply to up to 3 different roles.
Okay, thank you.
So yes, Leanne, if you fill out the form and you have all the documents uploaded into the form and you have a full application, you are not participating in your, sorry, you're participating to be part of the Polaris project, and we'll see if we select you as part of the project or not. No, thank you, Ana Paula, for the website. I don't think there are any like strong rules, but make sure that your CV is no longer than 2 pages, and make sure that it's in proficient and professional English language. The difference between the regular application and the admin application is that the admin application is only for being an admin. You can submit both a regular and an admin application if you want to be an admin and you want to try at being part of the another team. Because you have up to 3 different choices. So you can put like, I don't know, admin, systems engineering, and electronics. So you have to fill both forms if you want to. The admin application is really just to be an admin, and it closes before the other application, I think, right? Okay, we're going to wait a few minutes to make sure that everyone asks their question. Okay, so about the interviews, you will have mainly 4 basic questions to judge a bit your enthusiasm, your knowledge, your experience, and your devotion to the project. And then we will ask any other relevant question based on your file, based on your CD, based on what you guys told us during the interviews. And then you will be able to ask us any question you have about anything really, Project Polaris, the Advanced program, the rules, anything you want. Hi, Daniela. Yes, you have to add your grades in the application in your academic transcript under your second year of astronomy, which is really great for the program. All right, Sarah, go ahead.
So I actually don't have a question, but I have to go. So thank you so much for this webinar and for the project. I'm really excited, and hopefully I can contribute when the time comes. So bye, and nice to meet you all.
Nice to meet you too. Goodbye. All right, we're gonna wait till the end of to like 12 CST. If there are no more questions by 12 CST, we will close the webinar. Okay, I think we're going to wrap it up. We're going to try to upload the PowerPoint presentation in the chat. Can maybe Anna Paula or Fabiola do it, because we're struggling, Chloe and I, to do it. Other than that, thank you so much for participating, and thank you for asking all of your questions. Those were really interesting. Have a nice day, and I hope you guys are all doing well. Bye.
Bye, everyone.